So the group I'm involved in is called the Humanitarian UAV Network, or UAViators for short. And I'm the founder of the Humanitarian UAV Network. And our goal, our mission, is to really enable and promote the safe, responsible, and effective use of UAVs in humanitarian settings. Because we're directly involved in humanitarian response, for example, a few months ago, the World Bank activated our network to respond to Cyclone Pam, which was a Category 5, so very large Category 5 cyclone in the Pacific. And the reason the World Bank wanted our help was to carry out aerial surveys of the disaster-affected areas in order to identify which areas had been affected, destroyed, damaged the most versus other areas. And this is really key for the reconstruction process, is identifying how much resources are going to be needed for the World Bank to rebuild the affected areas. So I coordinated a 2-week aerial UAV mission with 2 UAV teams on the ground to carry out this survey. So it's not just the World Bank though, the United Nations, the Red Cross, and at least half a dozen organizations that we collaborate with are all interested in various aspects of UAVs, from data collection to payload delivery, as well as communication services. Because this is still a very new space, the UAVs are very much an emerging technology. A lot of what's happening around the world is not necessarily written or published. It happens a lot in terms of the information exchange at conferences, where you bring together the 20, 50, 100 people who are really defining the future of this space. And because they're so busy defining the future, again, they don't necessarily have time to write it up and to document it. And here, what we're listening to and hearing at presentations are all the very latest developments. And this is not a criticism that people don't have time. I don't have much time either, but I make the time for conferences like DroneApps because it's really the who's who is coming in, and then I can share, okay, this is not only the latest projects and initiatives that we have going with the United Nations or the World Bank, but more importantly, here are the major challenges that we're facing. Here are the major hurdles that we're having a lot of difficulty trying to overcome. And it's by sharing the challenges that I'm hoping I can find partners here and collaborators who maybe have part of the solution and who can help us. So it's really important to come to conferences like this, really the high profile ones, to really try and find out what some of the solutions might be. Again, for my case, on the humanitarian side of the UAVs.